I'm here to tell you about how varied experience can complement or even improve your career. I used to be a plumber on the west coast of the States. And after that, I went into prosthetics. Then I went into power generation, aircraft, and now I'm in theme parks. So a big thing in theme parks is actually once you get into the field, so you've designed something, but then once you get into the field, it's a completely different ballgame. Things aren't where they're supposed to be. Things don't look like they used to be. People have made changes. This isn't the same as it used to be. So I learned quite a bit about contracts, and obviously installs go quite a bit differently when you actually open up something and you see that's not how it was designed. That's not what it says on the drawing. I worked at a 50-year-old power plant, so we always had opportunities to improve the plant with things that were failing. So we had an issue where a coal feeder was pouring into a hopper, and then the hopper actually got plugged, so we stayed there all night to try and figure out exactly what happened, how we could prevent it from happening in the future. So a lot of that dealt with problem solving in the moment. There is something that's failing, there's coal going everywhere, what do? We have to stop it immediately. You're saying, how does this apply to me? What does any of this matter to me? I want to tell you how I used it as a framework for how you can go, or how you can do what you would like to do. Hopefully design your own life. Then once you have what you enjoy, what your strengths are, that's a 1-2 punch to figure out where you're going. Begin with the end in mind. Where do you want to be in that 10 or 20 years? Then you can figure out all of the interim steps that you need to do to get there. So if you want to be that director of engineering, if you want to be the CEO, what sort of experiences do you need to have so that when that job comes around, you can be prepared for it? You want to make sure that you're prepared. One tool that I use is called back from the future thinking. If you imagine that you're in that position already, you are the director of engineering, what are your roles and responsibilities, and where do you need to go to get those experiences, those tools, that software? What do you need to learn to be prepared 5 or 10 years into the future? Then once you've got your plan, you have to commit. There's a quote on my bathroom mirror. It says, turn your shoulds into musts. If you find that you need something, if you have something difficult that you don't really want to do, you know that you need to learn that CAD software, but you really don't want to. That is the thing that will hold you back from achieving your overall goal. I know it's probably not what you want to do today, but it will be what you wished you had done 5 years from now if you don't do it. Brian Tracy, he's a motivational speaker, he uses the phrase, eat that frog. He talks about if you have 2 frogs, one of them is big and ugly and the other one isn't as bad, and you have to eat them, don't start with the better one first. Always start with the ugliest one. The person you are now is not the person you will be in 10 years. So make sure you check in regularly and hold yourself accountable. Hopefully I've inspired you to set some goals and make sure that your career, although it may not be specific to themed entertainment, make sure that you're learning something that you can apply for the future.